Hello? Hello? There we go, now it's working. Hello. Welcome back to another One Piece stream. Oh, it's One Piece time. Enough rambling. Let's not waste any more time. It's One Piece time. Chapter 1066. The Will of Ohara. I am already very excited, and clearly this one's going to be a good one. Germa returns with added bonus. I think that's... Is that supposed to be Caesar flying? I think it is. Probably Caesar. Yeah, I think so. Is that Caesar supposed... Is that somebody flying there, or is that just some weird clouds? It seems like the Germa boys and Caesar. So it's probably that. We'll see what happens there. Germa plus Caesar. Seems bad. Alright, let's go. Was that supposed to mean that long in the past? There used to be a futuristic city just like this one. Only in theory, as far as I know. There was once a man who gave his life for archaeology and brought that kingdom's existence to light. Wait, hold on. Whoa. That timeline matches up with a period in which a certain machine discovered elsewhere was originally produced. Would that machine happen to have been made during the Void Century? What the hell is this? The Void Century, as it's called, is the history of a war between the extremely advanced civilization of the past and group of 20 kingdoms. Alright, so, we all got that right? I mean, I think everybody nailed that. That was a pretty safe, bet. The 20 kingdoms won the war and later developed the world government, creating the world that we know today. Alright. Oh, it's the classic trope of why did you tell me that? Brilliant. Why are you telling us then? I heard him say it. But Nico Robin, if Ohara was indeed wiped out over this theory, wouldn't that mean the government has essentially admitted that it's true? If this turns out to be the Robin arc, I will die of happiness. I'll say that right now. Oh, here we go. Several months after it happened, I took a trip to the charred remains of Ohara. I know the great archaeologist Dr. Clover in life. Oh, this is literally like lore drop, the chapters in it. Eventually, other scholars were drawn to him in his quest, and Ohara became a sacred land for archaeology. Their brilliance was the cause of their tragedy. I said... Is this big brain? Oh my god. Please tell me that's Vegapunk. Please tell me that is Vegapunk. Okay. I set foot on Ohara where even the Tree of Knowledge had been burned to the ground, and what I saw stunned me. The lake in the center of the island was full of massive collection of books and papers. Alright, so this is what we heard, right? That they were dumping everything into the water. Ignorant soldiers would not have the ability to recognize the value of what they were seeing. Ohara won. Oh no, Robin's about to cry. Please tell me this is the Robin arc. Please take care of Robin, make sure she escapes from the island. Oh no. Oh no, and his Jaguar D-Sol. Oh no. History is humanity's greatest asset. We cannot give it up on the future of the... Oh no. Oh no. Robin's just straight up... Oh no, this is bad. Well, what's the big deal making Robin cry? Just as you suspected, Ohara uncovered the existence of the ancient kingdom. Encountered quite a combination of people there. Okay. I read that always said new readers can read One Piece from Wano if they want. I think so. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because, I mean, I think a lot of, like, casual readers would have, like, read the series once or twice and still. That was probably years ago when they, like, read the chapter originally, right? Please tell me this is just Robin's story from here on out. We need Robin's story again. Ohara West Blue 22 years ago. Months after the Buster called. Who's here at the ruins? Giants. We're going to Elbaph. We're going to Elbaph. Yes. Please tell me we are going to Elbaph. Alright, lift it up. What are the giants doing here? And what do I do now? Do they understand the value of books? It's been a while. Hello, Vegapunk. Not that I had to guess it was you. Thanks to that... Oh my god, the big brain is Vegapunk. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, and it's Dragon. What are you doing here? I'd ask the same of you, Vegapunk. Somehow your head has grown even larger. Is this supposed to be an Einstein reference? Is Vegapunk supposed to be Einstein? Is this what it's supposed to be? This looks like the most stereotypical, like, whatchamacallit, caricature of Einstein. Brilliant. Oh. So, freedom fighters. So they don't even have the Revolutionary Army yet. He looks like Einstein in that photo where he has his tongue out. Yeah, this is like your most typical caricature of Einstein. It looks brilliant. It looks brilliant. He looks so goofy. I love it. I love it. The galaxy brain. We have Megamind in One Piece now. Are you curious about those giants too? They're not thieves, I already looked into it. They've come from Elbaph, it seems. And they know what those books down there are worth. Their captain was a strange man. It's Jaguar D-Sol. Oh my god. He survived. Aokiji let him go. He survived, didn't he? He 100% survived. Who else would be covered in bandages? But no, he said man. He said man. So it's a person. It's not a giant. Is it a giant? Is it a man? Aokiji saved him? I hope so. But he says a strange man, not like a strange giant. Is this Jaguar D-Sol? All right, let's keep reading. I mean, who else would be covered in bandages? The man marked by flames? Giants are persons too. Giants are men and women. Yeah, I just think that, like, for clarity's sake, right? You would use the same word throughout, just to not confuse things. Because like they call them giants all the time, right? But fair point. Fair point. It could just be a giant. Could just be a giant. All right, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Is there a way to somehow make the panels not dumb? At this point in time, you were using vertical this entire time. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Don't at me. Don't at me. I was. And I was always mad that they split the thing in half. When you were too good to accept our offer to join the freedom fighters. All right, so that's like another confirmation. Don't be stupid. What would my intellect and expertise achieve within an improvised military force like yours? I wonder, like, whether or not Vegapunk has shared information with Dragon throughout these years. Because, like, the immediate assumption would be that probably yes. The Giants getting books out were Hiruden and his friends. Did you notice? No. Was it? I mean, that looks like Hiruden. Well, Vegapunk did program Kuma, and Kuma was a part of the Revolutionary Army. Yeah, that I guess so. So they must have kept up with actually sharing information. The world government is a massive organization within the Navy in particular. There are many reasonable people to be found. Don't lose sight of the goal, Dragon. Okay. Don't lose sight of the goal. Don't lose sight of the goal. Isn't that curious? Are they just handpicking people in the Navy that they could get on their side too, just for when things go down? Are we going to see people in the Navy spring up and go against the government? Like many of them? I think we've already seen some that are potentially going to do that. Very interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? It's basically just the money thing that he's talking about, so... I mean, for all intents and purposes, he is a revolutionary. It does sort of make me wonder, right? The history they uncovered, is it, like, just straightforward to the point that the world government is all bad? Or is there some like, grayness there? Because by the looks of it, based on what they've learned, it's just like, this is the thing to do, right? There's, like, no debating this. We just need to get people to bring this situation down, right? I kind of wish there's some grayness there. It's not just a straightforward, but obviously we have literally no idea what that is. For the crime of speaking their mind to the cruel, unfair force that is the law, a group of powerless academics was obliterated by extreme violence. But I will create a military force that can... Hold on, did Ohara basically spark them to create, like, the proper revolutionary army? You will, despite your hatred for war. Just watch, Vegapunk. I'll change the world. Okay, I'll see to it that Clover's death and Ohara's will don't go to waste. Oh yeah, before that year ended, he joined with Emporio Ivankov and Bartholomew Kuma to create the revolutionary army that now shakes the world to its core. Okay, hold on. Do you see why I've been clowning on the 5 elders? Do you see why? They literally do the opposite of what you want to do when trying to cover things up. You don't try to annihilate things. If you want to scoot something under the rug, you approach things carefully. Because look what you did. Created the revolutionaries, you silly boys. And just like that, we now have the origin of the Revolutionary Army. Makes perfect sense. Honestly, something like that, them wiping out like the hearts of research, there it is. I didn't realize Luffy's dad was so passionate. Did I hear you mention Elbaph? Okay. Dragon and Professor Clover had a connection too. Okay, so basically the Straw Hats are basically us right now. It's just like, oh, they knew each other? Wait, Elbaph? Oh my god, Dragon is actually like a really, really good dude? It's true that we must not allow the government to discover that Ohara's library still lives. So out of personal interest, I traveled to Elbaph in secret and read all of the books that they rescued. In other words... There he is. There he is. There he is. Still wearing his little hat. His little hat. All wrapped up in bandages. There it is. I mean, there's no two ways about it. That is 300% Saul. If that is not Saul, then Saul had a brother who worked in, I was gonna make a stupid Better Call Saul joke because Saul, you know? I mean, it's like there's no question about it. It's definitely Better Call Saul. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. Are right here in my brain where I have carried on the great work of researching them. Okay. Silly question. Silly question. Why haven't we just published it everywhere? Just to make it impossible to stop. I mean, I know if you were planning like a big revolution, right? You wouldn't want to just blow everything up right away. But think about it. If it's so important, why not just publish it everywhere? See what happens. I mean, they're not gonna annihilate the entire world, right? Keeping everything on a single person's kind of sus. That giant captain, his name was Saul, wasn't it? He's currently in hiding. I could not tell you more, whoever he might be. Oh, look at Robin. Look at Robin. Come on. I need to see this animated. This scene is gonna be so good animated. It's gonna be so good. Printing technology is pretty hard to get. I mean, isn't there like the news dude that prints everything always instantly and will pay good money for the hottest takes? I would assume that if he suddenly heard of the secrets of the Void Century, he'd eat that up real quick. I love how expressive Robin is in her expression. Yeah, I mean, look at her. Look at her. It's just like oh, look at that little smile. It's so good. It's so good. And the character progression here too. Like obviously the first thing when you see Robin crying, like the first thing I think about is obviously I want to live, right? And then you go here and she's just smiling because Jaguar is alive. It's so wholesome. It's so wholesome. I love it so much. Thank you, Dr. Vegapunk, for ensuring that Ohara's battle wasn't in vain. I'm simply engaged in all areas of study. It is the nature of a scholar. The shoes are moving on their own. I cannot release you, but you may... I have something to show you. Do we try to guess what they're gonna see? How much of the chapter is left? Alright, I'm not gonna try to guess yet. I'm not gonna try to guess yet what they're gonna show. I'm gonna guess at the end of the chapter. Hey Chopper, there's no place to ride inside. It must be the kind that goes on his own. Go Robonosuke. Brilliant. You guys are such dumb little kids. That's not going to... Wait, what? The robot exploded? Help, I Quasar help. Quasar help. What a funny little man. What a funny little man. Failed again. Blast it. Did time-space get twisted? He's just gonna throw out every physics word he knows. What's with this guy? He looks like Kinemon. I'm sinking. Thank you. You're Dragon's son, aren't you? I knew you were here. Thank you for coming. And you, Bonnie, how much you've grown. I like how Luffy is just like, I don't care who this guy is. Is he floating? Is he floating? I see you're wearing them too. Just push in the button on the side, grab the lever, and push it down. That's it. Oh, we shot up too high. The smartest man in the world, Dr. Vegapunk. Okay, so question is, number one, like the obvious one, why the hell does he have an apple above his head? That's like number one. Like, what is going on here? Why does he have an apple core sticking out of his head? Number two, why does something tell me that the other part of the Straw Hats are being led to something to do with devil fruits? Newton's apple? That story is like complete BS, by the way. He must have cut his head to make the other 6. It could be, which kind of makes me ask, like, how interconnected are they really, right? Because, like, I think it was last chapter, right? We saw them eat, and all of them got the food, right? So, is it literally like he's running 7 people at the same time? Or what's the deal with that? This arc is gonna be wacky, right? I mean, Vegapunk is your stereotypical wacky scientist, and I think when Frankie and this Vegapunk are going to be in the same room, it's gonna be wild. Most importantly, what happens when one of the Vegapunk dies? I'm convinced that they don't die. At this point, I'm convinced that he's just gonna, like, upload his consciousness or something like that. I don't see how they would die. I guess that's another thing to talk about the 5 Elder Clowns. Because realistically, based on the tech he has, I don't see any way that they can ever get rid of him. Because, like, they're working on clones and stuff. Couldn't he just literally clone himself? What are they being led to? Oh, what if he has a red poneglyph? And that's why he's taking Robin. He couldn't, right? No way he has one. No way. No way. Yeah, because what I find curious, because my first thought was that you're gonna take us to a tree with devil fruits or something like that, aren't you? Right? It's gonna be something like that. But now, he's leading Robin there. Might be something to do with poneglyphs. Maybe he learned to read them from the books of Ohara so he can collect some? Maybe. Oda also promised that Vegapunk would explain the devil fruits. I don't know if that's what he wants to show them, but I expect at some point an explanation of them. That's immediately what I thought too, right? I expected that we're just gonna go through like a room, and it's just gonna be a big tree, and it's gonna be devil fruits growing from it. That's what I expected. It would be like the smile fruits, but they would be perfected. So they would be actual devil fruits. Just like random ones. Or maybe even ones he can control entirely. Maybe he has clones of someone we know. Maybe 5 Kuinas are gonna pop out. Who knows, right? There's already one running around. You never know. Maybe this is like Sabaody arc. Oh, you have no idea how much I'd love that, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, I've been saying this since Wano ended. I want to see Luffy get knocked down a peg. I think we need to see that. After Gear 5, Luffy needs to, like, face some resistance, I think. Otherwise, the entirety of the final saga, I feel like, might feel like too much smooth sailing, if that makes sense. But I don't think this is gonna be it. I don't think so. I just literally can't see how, with Vegapunk by their side, and everything he has, and the Straw Hats all together, and on Vegapunk's home turf, on top of that, I just don't see how we're ever going to be beaten here, unless, like, 5 different people show up that want to kill everyone. I mean, this might be totally wrong, but I feel like Lucci isn't being brought back to be a serious antagonist. And some of you actually told me about this, right? Because I didn't know. Apparently, there's a cover story where the CP9 guys, they fail again or something like that, and basically they're basically clowns too, but they still got a promotion. So, I don't know. So we're meeting everyone at Elbaph Next. Yes, we are. I don't even remember what my prediction about Elbaph was. I literally made it a couple of weeks ago. I shot out a prediction, a detailed prediction about Elbaph, and I think I got some of it right. I don't remember. I should probably go back and listen to what I said. But whatever. We're definitely going to Elbaph. I mean, at this point, I think it's confirmed. And frankly, I think Elbaph might be our planning spot for the raid on the world government, whenever that happens. I think so. I'm gonna rate this chapter as usual. This chapter, honestly, just because of the Robin stuff, I don't even care about, like, the Revolutionary Army origin, don't care about that. The real Vegapunk, don't care about that. All this other stuff, don't care about that. Robin's happy, I'm happy. Simple as that. Robin learned that Saul is alive, and this chapter gets an incredible and very flashy 9.9 out of 10. Very good. Robin happy equals I'm happy. Need more Vegapunk. What's next? Is this the Robin arc? Very cool. That's the review. Ship it. I'm not going to give it 10 out of 10. I'm not going to give it 10 out of 10 for obvious reasons. 10 out of 10s? Are we ever going to get 10 out of 10s? Who knows? Who knows? I always want to reserve a 10 out of 10 for something special. And if I need to bend the rules and make a 9.99, I will do it. This chapter surprised me a lot, is what I'll say. I cannot wait for next week. Because if this is the pace we're going at, honestly, this might be a hot take. This might be a hot take, but if this is the pace we are going at in Egghead, I couldn't care less about Law versus Blackbeard. Law versus Blackbeard can be resolved later. Just give me more Egghead, give me more lore, and let's just all pack up, get in a ship, and start heading over to Elbaph. Alright, that said, thank you for joining me. I'll see you whenever I see you. Have a wonderful start of your week, and I don't know. Let's just all hope that the next chapter is just as good as this one, because oh boy. Alright, have a good one. Bye-bye.